Hi, folks. You're with Tacitus, excuse me, Tacitus today. Tacitus today, your pushback channel, and thank you for joining this audio, radio, no pictures live stream. Please listen to this essay as you're driving along in your car or your truck, or stick the earbuds in and listen on the train. In this essay, I'd like to talk about the whole ideology and concepts around protected classes. So, protected classes are minority groups. It could be black people, lesbian, LGBTQ, women, brown people, the minority, supposedly. Now, this is only something that exists in the white majority countries, these so-called protected. You mentioned this outside of outside of the West. You go to Africa or Asia or anywhere like that, and they can't stop laughing about the stupidity of it all. But it's in white countries, so the white majority has to be oppressed, and the minorities have to be specially protected. That's really what the go is here. Now, there's a few glaring examples of can you uniquely, under the law, can you uniquely protect certain groups of people, or protected groups as they call it? Can you uniquely quarantine them from the same legal accountabilities as the rest of us have to endure? Because automatically you've got two-tier justice there. You don't. There it is. That's it. It's two-tier justice. But the claim is, well, these people are unique. The protected groups are uniquely oppressed. Thus, unique interpretations of the law and unique application of the law is required. So if two people, one a protected group member and the other a non-protected group member, commit exact same crime, then only the unprotected or the protected group member is not accountable for what they do, or is less accountable, but the unprotected group member is fully accountable for the law and the crime they've committed. So it's two-tier, if not multi-tiered justice application. It's of course insane. It's ideological and doesn't rely on facts. Now, we also need to understand that pretty much every lawyer out there under the age of 40 has been brainwashed into this insanity, or maybe under the age of 35 has been brainwashed into this insanity through legal school. This is how legal studies are taught. Even going back as 25 years ago. I noted in a particular one of Australia's leading universities or law courses in a university, they were teaching this tripe. In fact, the professor, the senior professor of law studies in that university, was a placard-waving activist who believed that the law must and should be used to re-engineer society along leftist Marxist lines, and he was even leftist government even made him a fucking judge in the court. So this has been around for a while now. I managed to get to chat to the associate professor. This is some years ago. The associate professor of law studies, and they confirmed this, that not only were they doing it, but they must do it, they should do it. Social justice was not possible unless they were doing this. Don't you know the world is awash with Hitler Nazis everywhere? We have to fight back with social fucking justice. And so it's hard to believe such a doctrinaire fanatic would be allowed anywhere near students or a university or be teaching anything. In my perspective, the guy would have to disavow all of that before he could get anywhere near a student. But I asked at the same time, well, are you teaching about the huge, as in historical, miscarriages of justice, such as the Inquisition, the reversal of the burden of proof, and these sorts of things, and using the legal system, politicizing it to go after people you don't like? Are your students studying that? No. Why would they study that? Well, don't you think it's important in terms of the evolution of the law that the law should be impartial? No. The law must not and should not be impartial. We have to use it to get those fucking straight white fucking Nazis, Hitler. So they're just insane fanatics in my view. Now, these are the people who are, if not that person directly, the people like-minded folks that are making this this protected species or protected class rather laws. Now, which again is multi-tier justice. Only straight white males can be fully accountable to law. Everyone else has to get varying degrees of dispensation. And you can see it to levels of, in my view, at least, insanity, where, if there's an LGBTQ rainbow pedestrian crosswalk somewhere and there's a tire mark left on it, there's no amount of police resources will be denied in pursuing the person that left a tire mark on them, because okay, it's a victimless crime and nobody was injured or something like that, but it hurt the feelings, or might hurt the feelings of the protected members, the members of that protected class, LGBTQ in this instance. Therefore, it becomes a crime. It's not a crime, but it becomes a crime because an unprotected member of the citizen, an unprotected citizen, may have hurt the feelings of a protected citizen. It is thus now a crime. So you've got crime creation. So it's no crime. It doesn't exist in the statute books as crime, but you can create a crime. Again, all ideology. Now you can see it in sort of hard practical terms. Like, for example, this is in the divorce courts. A man takes his children away, takes them to another state somewhere, and tells them that the mother has died and cuts off all contact and so on. He gets caught up with at some point, and then he gets dragged into the divorce courts. He gets 3 years in prison for that. Now, what he did was wrong. This is okay. 3 years in prison for that. Now let's go to a woman who did exactly the same thing. And then what does happen to her? Maybe she gets a year in prison. Okay, well, maybe 6 months or something. Maybe 6 months of weekend detention. No, she gets nothing. No prison time, no detention, no fine, nothing. Bit of a finger wag. The judge tells her, naughty, naughty, naughty. But she's a member of the protected species. We can't hold her to this same standard of accountability. The guy did it, the unprotected species, straight white male. He did it because he was evil, because he was Hitler. I mean, he when they went into his house, he had 10 million swastikas. But she didn't really know what she was doing. She's upset, and you have to. And so she's not held to account. Now, 3 years prison for the guy, the exact same crime, has no prison time or any fine or anything at all. There's no penalty. So these are examples of the difference. Now, if you pull down a statue of a straight white male or deface, public buildings that are named after straight white males, or torch the building or something like that, then that's kind of okay if you're a member of the protected class. Now, if you're not a member of the protected class, you do that, then you've committed a crime and you'll be held to account. So if the straight white guy pulls down the statue of, I don't know, the black lesbian or something, then you motherfucker Hitler, what a criminal, evil. But if the mob of the black lesbians pulls down the straight white male statue, then they're only fighting back against oppression. So we've got the multiple standards here. Now, when you look at how this has created divisions and subdivisions and so on in the justice system, no one really seems to want to push back against it. It's certainly, if you were part of the globalist cabal and you wanted to sow social maximum levels of social discord to erode all confidence in the institutions and this sort of thing, then you would do this. This is what you would do. So we've got to assume that the motives and the support behind it is something along the lines of wanting to degrade and undermine very confident, very self-assured, very, very high-functioning Western society, because it turns it into a low trust, low confidence, very dysfunctional society, and these sort of things are guaranteed to do it. But there appears to be, not that I can see anyway, no mainstream pushing back, no major politicians pushing. Yeah, they may ask a couple of soft questions, send a strongly worded letter here or there, but no one's actually doing anything to stop it. Now, one of the the ways to stop it is that A, there are no protected classes possible, or B, we're all protected. So if you call the straight white male a Nazi or a racist, you'll go to prison. You will be in prison for doing that. Now, that would suddenly shut everybody up. That would shut it down instantly. Any judge or legal practitioner that says there's a special dispensation law or anything like that, or resources are being put into, chasing somebody because they left a tire mark on a rainbow crosswalk, then the district attorney or police officer does that, they will go to prison. So we're either all protected or none of us protected, or we're all equal before the law. And being equal before the law is very important to a functioning society with a high level of trust in not only each other, but in all our institutions as well. So I think we need to come to grips with this, and that it needs to be dealt with as a matter of great urgency. This idea of different laws and applications of law for supposedly protected or non-protected classes is tearing the West apart, and we have to put a stop to it. You've been Tacitus today, your Pushback channel, and thank you for listening.